What have we got going on in the shop this week? Welcome to Black Bear Forge, where I hope to educate and spark the imagination of both blacksmiths and non-blacksmiths alike in the ancient art and craft of blacksmithing. Well, for one thing, you may have noticed that I'm trying a new little intro, and I'm hoping that this will set the tone and move the videos along just a little bit more quickly and might avoid me doing quite as much talking, although today this is pretty much just a talking vlog style of video. And it's just an effort to help improve the videos. I don't want to change the overall character of the videos. I still want it to be friends hanging out in the blacksmith shop, but I think we could cut some of the fluff out of some of them and make them just go a little bit more smoothly, and hopefully that's what I'll achieve here. Also, with that in mind, I've been dabbling with some new editing software. Previously, most of these videos have been edited with Wondershare Filmora, which is a pretty good, simple editing software. It's fairly intuitive, but I have found that it doesn't do everything I would like it to do. So I'm looking at Adobe Premiere Pro, which is a much more powerful piece of editing software. And by powerful, I also mean overwhelming and confusing, because it will do so much that I've got to really educate myself. So there's going to be a big learning curve. So if there's some hiccups in the editing in the next handful of videos or the next month's worth of videos, bear with me for a while. We should be able to get the hang of it. And if I don't, I'll go back to the Wondershare Filmora, because it does work for 90% of what I want to do. One of the things that I'm hoping this new software will do is give me the ability to have multiple cameras in the shop. Now, I think this will be really useful for scenes that go from the anvil to the vise frequently, or when we're doing forge welding videos, so that I can video what we're looking at in the fire and then instantly switch to the forge welding portion of it. This is something I'm still really working with. I haven't got it to work yet, so maybe in this video will be the first time this multi-camera sequence actually works for me. Now, another thing I've been doing behind the scenes a little bit is working on a new website. My old website had gotten too big, too complicated, really out of date, somewhat dysfunctional. So I spent a lot of the weekend working on a new WordPress-based website. It isn't completely done yet, and it is not live yet at blackbearforge.com, but it can be viewed through WordPress as blackbearforge.com, no dot, /wordpress.com, I believe is it. But I'll put a link down there in the description if you want to go look at the new website. It's not completely done yet, but it's getting close, and it will have a place for a wait list, so I don't have to take paid orders and have right now about 80 paid orders pending. I can wait list the orders and not have people pay until I'm within a week or two of working on their project. I can say, I'm ready to start your project. This is what it'll cost. If you're still interested, send me the money and we'll get started. And then I don't have this 3, 4, 6, 8 months, almost a year out on things like the Pulaski project that's really taken a long time to really get up to speed on. But that's coming along nicely too, and that's one of the things I hope we'll be working on this week. Forge welding the steel onto some adzes and getting ready to do an axe. It isn't quite ready to weld yet, but it should be welded up tomorrow morning. And a few more adzes. All in all, I think I've got 9 or 10 axes or adzes that I need to weld up. I've started work on the Viking style double bit axe. I'm going to do 2 of these, and the second one we will do as a video, but the one that needs to go over to the 10th Special Forces group at Fort Carson needs to get done in the next week, and I probably won't have time to do it all as a video project. So I'm just going to get it done. I'll show it to you, and then we'll make another one very similar to it. We will also get back to working on the Pulaski. It's just almost ready to go now. I've got the steel ready to go on the back side. We'll put the steel insert on the inside. We'll forge weld those up. Then it'll be time to grind it and see if we were a success. So far, I'm pretty darn happy with the way it's going. So we'll pick that up in a video hopefully this week. and we'll do some other videos. One of the last videos we did, we were talking about the journey nails, or just the giant nails for the nail tree, such as they use at the Abana conference. Yesterday, my wife and I went out to breakfast. We were passing by a little hardware store afterwards, and she says, "Oh, I need to go in and get a wing nut." And somehow the conversation then shifted to hand-forged wing nuts and how much more expensive a hand-forged wing nut would be versus the little 45-cent wing nut from the hardware store. And we started talking about decorative hand-forged wing nuts and something to go in the same concept as the journey nail, but with wing nuts. And you could take that however you'd like. If you want to make a family tree with a bunch of your wing nuts that represent the wing nuts in your own family, yeah, maybe that would be good. Or it could be a political statement for your favorite political wing nuts. But I'm not going to get into who my political wing nuts are. We'll leave that. You can do that on your own. But we may look at making some ornamental wing nuts. Actual wing nuts with wings that look like bird wings or angel wings or bat wings. Or wing nuts where the bolt coming out of the middle is somebody's nose and the one side of the wing nut's a forehead, the other side's a chin. I don't know. It's another place we can challenge our imagination. But that's sometimes how these things come about, is you start with one idea, and if you follow that path, you take that fork in the road, you never know where you're going to end up. There might be 100 forks of that road by the time you get to the end of it, and then you might have to jump back to where you were to start with to see what's down some of the other forks in the road. But that's just a little look at what I've been doing over the last few days and where we're going this week and what some of the upcoming videos might be. Can't promise. I might change my mind when it comes time to make the videos. But sooner or later we'll get to all these projects. I'm going to go out to the grinder. I got to grind all these adzes and get them ready for the final shaping. And hopefully this week I'll be able to get a half dozen adzes out in the mail. I hope you can get out to your shop. Hope you can make something. Enjoy your time in the shop. Challenge yourself. But do stay safe. Do wear your safety glasses. And we'll see you for the next one.